But when you think about humanity in deep space, you understand that what we are on a speck of dust. In a cloud of dust. And any of you who have ever been in a plane and you try to look down, you can't see anybody. And it brings a bit of gravitas to the fact that although in way up there, when you look down here, there's nobody. Here we are, moving around, bustling, struggling, living our lives. And it's extraordinary that a universe, a pluriverse, a reality that didn't have to give a damn about us, and for the most part, went on perfectly fine without us, and someday may continue without us, somehow in the midst of all that, we took a moment to think. And as we thought, and as we inscribed in symbols and reached to each other, we entered a different reality, a reality of meaning, a reality of beauty, a reality of caring, a reality of struggle, a reality that discloses so many ways in which we can grow. And that is linked to education. And there are those who would try to close off the way we think of education, to colonize it, to lock it into a form of serialized repetition of and commodified outcome. But it is important for many of us to remember what it truly means to be part of a community of learning, what it is to learn together, what it is to understand learning that transcends the singular notion of what is in it for me. And GCAS was animated by the spirit of saying that there's always an us. There's always something greater than us. And what better moment through which to get this accreditation than on Earth Day? Because even though that speck of dust and that cloud of dust is still swirling out there, it is our speck of dust. And each of us in it realize, as we struggle against the degradation of humanity, where some people think, for instance, that the lives of so many don't matter. We've been witnessing in this pandemic and these struggles that every day we get up and we face the good fight to remember what it is to live with each other with dignity and respect. And part of that is an education that's not simply instrumental, but understand what it is to build and continue building a world in which we live together and in which we serve as the condition of possibilities for others to bring out what it is to be free, and what it is to respect each other, and what it is to take on the responsibility of what humanity and many other forms of life can offer. And it's with that in mind, I simply say, I'm overjoyed to be with you all, my comrades, friends, and the community who will one day, whom we do not know, may look at this brief recording and say thank you. So to everybody with you, and I gotta do, I gotta say, mazel tov, okay? And so to everybody, I could also say duanete, and that's a very ancient language. In the most ancient among these languages in East Africa, all the way from the people of Kemet, it's like saying mazel tov, because it is indeed a blessing to be together today and to celebrate this occasion. Thank you.
Clearly, the educational model that's in place is broken. Education has become a commodity that increasingly only the wealthy can pay for. universities are, even elite universities, are being deformed into vocational institutions. I have taught at Princeton 3 times as a visiting professor. It's right down the street from me. Like Harvard, its most popular major is computer science. The humanities are withering away. People are paying, families are going into deep debt, $60,000 a year, and education is sold as, especially if you get into an elite university, not for its merits in terms of teaching you how to think, but giving you the status, the branding, and the skills to enter elite institutions that can make you wealthy. Goldman Sachs, of course, descends on Princeton every year. People scramble in their freshman year. That first week, I will see these young kids in tuxedos and ball gowns going off to the eating clubs to try and especially get into the elite ones like Ivy, because that has a direct connection to Goldman Sachs. There's such a distortion and destruction within the educational system. And of course, as universities become so phenomenally expensive, especially the elite schools, they are pricing themselves out, but to a smaller and smaller portion of the population. It is, my son went to Colgate University and then went on to Columbia, but at Colgate, it was just a giant country club from Darien and Greenwich, Connecticut, and everywhere else. And that has been accompanied, of course, by the withering away of the humanities itself. We just saw Howard University, great university, shut down its classics department. I spoke a little while ago, a couple years ago, at the University of Washington. And when I was there, they had just announced that they were abolishing the philosophy and the theater department. Meanwhile, of course, they have a gleaming, well-funded business school. Business schools have no places on university campuses. So I think that what you're doing and the model you're setting up is important, because the old model is failing, certainly in terms of education, it's failing. The purpose of an education is, of course, to teach you how to think, not what to think. The purpose of an education is not to create systems managers for the corporate state. And that, of course, now has been, our entire educational system has been riddled with that, especially through charter schools. So that if you go to an inner city school in Camden, you're taught enough vocational literacy to stack shelves at a Walmart or work behind the cash register at a fast food restaurant. And if you go to Princeton, you're given the vocational skills to go work for Citibank or Goldman Sachs or some other huge Wall Street concern. But of course, what this is really doing is creating a population that is bereft in many ways of what we would call a classical education. They lack the capacity to ask the questions. When you can't ask the questions, you can't find the answers. The humanities and education by its nature should be subversive. It is about deconstructing centers of power and looking at how they work, and examining those power systems and asking and confronting that monolithic power to ask what it means to lead a life of meaning and purpose. Though all of those transcendent values are being washed out of the educational system on purpose, of course. Even within universities, people are forced, professors are forced, especially at state universities, state colleges, to raise their own money for their own research, and of course, often for their own salaries. Well, who's going to pay? Is Citibank going to pay someone in the classics department or somebody in the English department to do research? No, they will pay for research that benefits them. And so I think that where you are moving and what you're doing is not only commendable and important, but responding to a deep and for me, very frightening decay that I have seen in the universities that I attended and the universities that I've taught at. So I just, wanted to briefly congratulate you on what you've done and look for, continued success as you go forward. Thank you.
Alberto, it's here, Antonio, Eduardo, Clara también está por ahí. Habemos varios, we are a few of the Latin American group. No, just really, really happy about this. And really happy with the, maybe, I don't know, I understand and I completely agree of the importance of this, but I think for me it's even more important that all the people that are here now, we are even when we weren't accredited. And we make a bet on this project. And I think that is really important. Never forget that independent of the institution and the recognition, we are here for something that we think it's important besides all that can come and be more big and the recognition and all that. But I think that this group that start without the accreditation, we should never forget that why we are here. That is for a new way of teaching, a different kind of institution, a more radical way to think. That is something that I think is the core of GCAS. And I think that's important for the people that we are here, that never, ever forget about that in the years to come. Just that, and I don't know if Alberto, Antonio, Eduardo, or Clara wants to say something. Just that. Thank you.
Thanks, Pancho.
All right. Thank you, Pancho. I will add just something. I'm Alberto from Peru. And well, I think, continuing with the idea of building a new schema, a new idea of education, I think that it's interesting how, for me, education, it's about building bridges. And I think the common bridge that we all share in this kind of experience, like in the spirit of GCAS, it's the idea of building a more critical education. And I think it's amazing to be part of this experience, because in these times of lack of the idea of citizenship and friendship and empathy in a political sense, this kind of experience allowed to build all these connections and to share the idea of global citizenship as, with the idea of a critical perspective of reality in the core of it. And I think, as it was said, the university today has forgot that in the base of education, it's the aim of being critical respect of the world. And I think that if we want to reintroduce the critical perspective, also we have to reintroduce the global perspective of this. And in Jakarta, in Latin America, in the North, in general in Europe or the United States, well, we all share this aim of rebuilding a critical education, and that's the potency we have, and that's the potential of this. And well, I really believe in GCAS. I'm very glad for all this.
And thank you, Alberto, for your work on the academic council. You and Dr. Boilo, Kevin Boilo, and Pancho have done amazing work. Thank you. We'll just go one brief moment over to Jakarta, and I wonder if Cecil could just say hi. You don't have to say anything unless you would like to, but just to reach out and connect with you. If you're around.
I'm Cecil from Jakarta. I'm here actually with Vicky and Eva.
Can we see them? Can they come into the camera so we can see them, or is that too problematic? Okay, never mind. Okay.
It's a messy working table.
Oh, there. Hey, good to see you guys. Wow. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and it's almost midnight, so the others are mostly resting. So it's just the three of us right now. And great. Yeah, we're happy to be part of this amazing network. to know that we're not alone in this. We share ideas with global ally across the world, and it's I'm happy to be part of it, and congratulations for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Cecile. And I should mention that Cecile is the director of the Jakarta group, and also is our designer. Let's move on to recognizing one of our funders for our first bachelor's accredited program. And these Sabrina and Eva Balthazor are coming from Winter Park, Florida. And would you like to say a few words, Sabrina and Eva?
Hi there, Kristen, and to everyone. Just wanted to let you all know that Frank, our son, or my brother, my mom's son, his birthday would have been today. Sadly, he did pass away years ago from unusual form of cancer, very quickly after 35 days. So today is somewhat bittersweet because it is his birthday, but also Earth Day, which he loved extremely, and now the accreditation of GCAS College with the help of Preston. So we just want to let you know that Frank did have an inquisitive mind and loved knowledge. And so GCAS is the perfect vessel for us to share his vision with future scholars. And we want to extend our heartfelt thanks to Preston, to the community of GCAS, to all the supporters, and hopefully his vision will be shared with future scholars. So thank you, Preston, and congratulations.
Thank you, Preston. Happy,
yeah,
happy
exactly.
to be here. Congratulations to everyone that's been involved with this. Preston and I became acquainted around the time he first conceptualized GCAS. And it's really, really great to see this come to fruition. And I think for all of us that are in academia, we understand the importance of accreditation in the sense of what that opens up for our students. So the fact that this has come together and we can now offer some accredited degrees, I think is a real moment for GCAS as it begins to impact the world. And I think that's really the point, right? We're here to make a difference and to make a positive change.
Yeah, and it's just wonderful to see everyone. I would just, add my voice to the chorus of the sense that what GCAS does is something really unique and crucial to the current conjuncture. And I've been so proud to be part of it, to watch it develop. And this really, this step has been a dream for quite some time, and felt at times I think almost impossible, like a kind of a distant summit that continued to recede into the horizon.
Totally.
But it's a real turning point, and I think now we have tremendous potential to really define a new mode of higher education for the coming century. So it's wonderful to see everyone, and it's.
Well, I just want to say that Walter would be so pleased with this event today. So he's here with us and tremendously supportive of what GCAS is doing.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I think hearing about GCAS made me wish that it existed whenever I was applying for college. So I'm sure that there are plenty of other young people who would be interested in this type of model. And I think there needs to be more alternatives out there, and GCAS is providing a good alternative.
Very honored to be part of the group. Cheers.
Great. Cheers.
Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see everybody. Congratulations, Preston. I was sitting here thinking, that every act of creation and creativity is a risk and a little bit of madness. And I'm kind of happy to be right in the middle of this derangement.
That's a great way to put it, Barry. But you love these liminal spaces. I think you thrive in them.
I think it's the best place to live, or at least to try and live.
Oh, hi. I'm in Lüneburg now. So congratulations from me too. I'm really excited for the project and for the college. So, and I'm happy to see all of you guys. I think, I hope we will have some in the future possibility to meet up in person. You all seem like it's just a great endeavor to have so many people with so many different backgrounds together working in this project. So all the best from me too.
Hi everyone, it's so good to see you. So GCAS has been always such a welcoming experience for me. As a first generation student, I've been like very fortunate to be with the GCAS community, and I'm so happy to be sharing this moment with every one of you. And thank you so much, Kristen and everyone, for empowering me and for giving me the space to thrive. And thank you everyone for being a part of this.
Hello, I'm John. I, like Rocky and Creston, went to UVA. It's really exciting to be here and be able to join in.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations. Mazel tov. It's really exciting. And I think I want to also just echo what other people have said, that what brought me to GCAS was this weird and wild community. And I'm looking forward to us continuing the weird wildness, and now also with accreditation in the other hand. So I think, yeah, there's just exciting potential in our community, whether we're in person or online, and looking forward to the next step.
Hey, everybody. They send so much love, endless love. And I just want to offer my deepest congratulations, really. I came out of the Ivy Leagues and I was looking for a place and I could not alight. And you created this shelter. And then you brought in Jane and Lewis Gordon, which really solidified my commitment to my own work and made my fantasy a viable one. And I think you've done that for so many of us. And I'm deeply grateful to everybody here. This community has been a life force. It's been a very challenging year for so many of us. And my love is for all of you and just the community that we've made. And I can't wait to cook and dance and think together. So thank you for all you've done. And always my thanks to Lewis and Jane as well, and this beautiful community.
Buddy, I'm James Greer. I'm from Georgia in the South. The weather is starting to turn very nice. So I was given the notion of GCAS from a friend of mine from university, Nina Morgan. And she told me, she said, James, you think so much like outside the box. When I was going through university, I was always told, James, okay, well, we know you can ride the bicycle, but you still have to tell us what the bicycle is made of, because I would take education that was given to me and I would just run with it and see if I could find anything new. And with the university system today, it's all business now. It's about commodification and reification of the human being. And how can we treat ourselves that way? And to go along with Dr. Gordon's humanity in deep space. I mean, this is a major point in our species, what we're doing today. I don't know if you follow Perseverance and everything that's going on, but it's just an amazing step that we're taking. Just like when we explored the earth and found new things, can we find these new things and share it on equal terms, on equal footing with each other? And I think GCAS provides us the ability to share ideas, even if we clash with those thoughts and ideas, we can still have that discussion on a professional level, on a level to where, okay, my idea is different from yours. Well, where can we meet halfway? And how can we better ourselves as a species? Yeah. Because we experience everydayness, and some of us experience more than others, and we need to share that with each other. So that's why I'm so excited about GCAS. That's why I wear this stuff, because it's phenomenal. It's the Frankfurt School becoming once again, and it's a new way for us to engage ourselves and to share that when we walk out the door. It's not about putting a degree on a wall. To me, it's not that. It's about sharing the knowledge with each other and then acting upon it. So
yeah, I'm in Istanbul. Hi, by the way.
Teşekkür ederim.
You're welcome. Good to see you, Creston, and good to see you all, everybody. And thank you so much letting me be part of this moment. And this is historical moment. Thank you so much. let me be part of this.
Hi, Christian and everyone. And thank you for this invitation. Sorry about my spelling English, but I am very happy. And congratulations for this regards from Bogota, Colombia.
You know, I'm born and raised an artist, have a family. We ran our business. Me and my wife were working together for like 20 years, and little by little, I had to find some way to validate my learning. You know, you could read all you want, but no college is going to hire you because they just think you know something. So I went back and started getting degrees and such, and I found, well, those degrees at least validated that. But then when I started getting into, you know, teaching, I realized I needed to find a doctoral program because that's just the next step of validation. And I had, living in the Philadelphia greater area, I have, you know, a pick of 100 universities within an hour's range of me. But, you know, GCAS opened up a lot of opportunities. So, you know, it was because I was in the midst of the program. And even though it was unknown, once I would say GCAS and I would name some of the people involved, you know, the people at St. Joe's U and Villanova and such, you know, they knew these names. So when it was all said and done and I was successfully defended, this is just an opportunity. So
I'm kind of a piece of philosophical furniture at GCAS since I am a chair of the philosophy department. If you need some place to sit, I'm here for you.
It was an amazing experience for me to be part of that whole accreditation situation. And it enriches my life just sharing into the opinions of such great people and being extremely thankful and grateful to you, Kristen, for having been the origin of this new version of education. So thank you.
Indeed, we meet as a community, and there are times in life where as you're walking forward, you turn around and you wonder, where have I come? As we go along the way, we realize that there are those who may have gone on different paths, but at the same time, our ongoing connectedness makes us all stand together in our heart. Because as we understand and we know that the disembodiment of us as simply a floating head, a floating mind, is not what it means to live. When we think about what it is to be connected, to reach forth, we understand that we're always part of something greater than ourselves. And together right now, we just simply say to our ancestors, to each other, and to those to come, a luta continua, but also there's the ongoing, life-giving, radical force of love. Cheers, everybody.
Kisses, everybody. Love you, and thank you.